For over 10 years, we've been telling you the stories of some of our incredible members, but none quite like this. It's a story much bigger than show business. It's about the power of a parent's love.
Hi, what's your name?
Lucas.
What's going on today?
Got it? Yes, I got it.
Oh, Lucas,
Free fish. Look, I told him these presents. He eats a cookie.
All right, we'll see you there.
Bye.
Today, we're here with Steve Marina and Lucas Van Wormer. Steve's been with Fox for about 8 years, and currently he's a writer-producer for Fox Sports. 12 years ago, Steve and Marina had their child, a boy named Lucas. At the age of 4, Lucas started to exhibit certain symptoms: fatigue, shortness of breath, lethargy, even fainting spells, and it was very difficult to determine what was going on. Fortunately, though, he did get a diagnosis, but it was a very, very serious illness, pulmonary hypertension, which basically leads to a narrowing of the arteries in the lungs. Sadly, this is often a fatal disease. It's a diagnosis that's every parent's worst nightmare. But instead of getting depressed or despondent or even giving up hope, as many of us might have, Steve has turned this dreadful situation into an incredibly positive outcome. Steve, Marina, thanks for being here today.
No problem.
Steve, we're going to start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a senior writer-producer of on-air promos at Fox Sports, and basically I've been in the movie trailer, promo, voiceover arena for the past decade and a half.
How long before you got married?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
And then 4 years later, you had Lucas.
Yes. We have Lucas, who's now 12.
The first 4 years went along.
Oh yeah,
just
it was
fine.
very
Normal
uneventful.
childhood.
Yeah. He was always very chill, not a very active boy. He was a reader. He would sit quietly and read for hours and play with Legos. When he started school, preschool at around 4, we noticed that he couldn't run very much. He couldn't keep up with other kids, and he would get blue lips. Blue lips, and very pale, and shortness of breath, and he would have to sit down, and he could not do very much.
Not function very well. How long did that go on?
That was about a 9-month kind of a downward trajectory.
The pediatrician diagnosed him with asthma. So we got onto asthma treatments that were not working, and he was getting worse and worse, so it cannot be asthma.
So we spent a day at this pediatric cardiologist, and it was like, there's a scan, then a ultrasound, then all this, all of a sudden we're there for 2 or 3 hours, and then they called us in and said, we think he's got a very serious illness, and you got to go to UCLA to get it confirmed. And so ultimately we got the diagnosis that he had idiopathic pulmonary hypertension, meaning it doesn't have a cause, it just is.
It's every parent's nightmare when you're taken into the room to sit down and talk away from the child. So he told us that the disease affects, only 1 in a million, and prognosis is like 2 to 3 years of life expectancy. So
one day he's not going to be able to walk to the bathroom. You'll have to carry him to the bathroom and things like that. And it was just
devastating.
Crazy.
Devastating.
Yeah.
After that, we went home and cried about it, for a moment. But it was interesting for me personally, is that in my mind I thought, you can either right then and there just go to a corner, sit fetal, woe is me, and just sit there, or you can actively do something about it.
You seem to be, both of you, fighters by nature, determined.
The best part of this aspect of the past is that we found our way to Dr. Alejos and UCLA Children's Hospital, and it's been smooth sailing ever since. And now, years later, he's literally the model patient of him and PH.
My name is Lucas Van Wormer, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm in 6th grade. My greatest wish is to find a cure for all the types of PH, so that no one, young or old, will have to go through life breathless.
He started taking one of the meds. It was within a few days that he was like, it was like a different child, you know, and then they added this second one on a month later once he got approved and everything, and it's been just like upward trajectory ever since.
I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I would.
So first of all, the hair. That must be the first thing that people always talk about with you. What is up with that? Do you love it?
Yes, I really like it. It's just a good way to get girls. So.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what's going on that front?
I'm good.
You are good. I bet you are. I bet they love it. What grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
And how do you feel about school? What subjects do you like, maybe not like so much?
I like draw my own comics and cartoons and stuff like that, so. I enjoy school, you know, because I have lots of good friends, and it's good having, like, the company of friends who, like, understand what's wrong with me, because, like, they know my condition. So it's good to, like, have people who, like, you know, stay with you and accompany you when you have to, like, miss out on something like a sport. So that's good.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried about, like, losing other friends that I've made at PH conferences. That's, like, my biggest concern, and, like losing people. That's my biggest fear.
That's
PH.
happened.
Yes, it's already happened, unfortunately, so that affects me, and you, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all the stuff that you and your dad are doing now with the campaign and everything, what do you hope to accomplish?
Well, awareness and making more people find out with, like, the new app we've made, PHAware. And just, you know, raising enough money, you know, like the walks and the 5Ks, and just raising enough money to find a cure.
Do you guys think it's changed your personal philosophies as adults about life?
We live in the present. We make the most of every single day. You got to enjoy it, and you got to go on with what is in front of you.
I look forward 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, because I know a lot of patients who have had this disease now for 15, 20, 25 plus years. And so for me, that's where I anchor my focus, that I think at what's going to happen in 2020, in 2025. It's like, it's how many more therapies are there going to be? What else is PHA going to do? Are there going to be nanobots that are going to go in and eat away at arteries as opposed to having transplants, or whatever we can't even fathom at this point? So that's one driver for me. And there's a selfless part of me that wants to help others.
And this is actually the biggest and most successful O to Breathe Walk launch in its very first year around the country. So that's awesome. And we just, I think, hit $29,000.
We can do this together. Together we can move mountains, and together we will find a cure. We want a cure. We want a cure. We want a cure. I want a cure. I want a cure. And all of you will help me and my friends find a cure.
I want to raise awareness. I want to make it so we can, with a task of raising global awareness, so people would know when you hear pulmonary hypertension that they don't have like this kind of quizzical look and not know about it. We basically made some videos to send to Facebook and use at events and all these different things.
Until 1995, there were no pulmonary hypertension treatments available. Today, there are 12 medicines for adults, but none have been approved for children with PH. That's why PHA is committed to funding groundbreaking pediatric research. Visit PHAware.org to help provide hope for children with PH. Hope for Ian, Katie Grace, Maddie, and me, Lucas. The Pulmonary Hypertension Association, empowered by hope.
And now, over the course of the last 6 months, it's on Universal Sports, it's on Telemundo, it's on Univision, National Geographic, it's Pivot, WGN. It's just been phenomenal.
Your mission is to get these on every screen.
Each one of these channels could be anywhere from 20 million to 75 to 100 million homes. And if you keep extrapolating that across the board, it's millions and millions and millions of homes and outlets. And that's when the lights bulb went off in my mind. Was we call it Any Screen Anywhere. We made the promo for the NASDAQ building. Wow. So that's touted as the biggest screen in the world. And so we had that connection and that contact. So I called them up and asked them if we could make the promo for NASDAQ. And literally about a week ago, I got a phone call saying, hey, can you be here in 4 days? And we went to New York City, and they took us to the NASDAQ opening ceremony, and they put it on the tower. It must have been incredible. It was awesome. It was crazy. I realized that, you know, working in the world of promo and trailers, that there's a lot of people in our jobs, they go, hey, you know, this isn't brain surgery, but, you know, I think you can work in an entertainment business and you can impact and definitely make lasting impressions and save people's lives. And I think we're doing that.
See, if we're sitting here a year from now, what would you have hoped to accomplish?
To me, if all these things happen, and sorry, if we literally capture a patient who knows something's wrong, doesn't know what it is, and they turn on American Idol, they are driving in a taxi, and they're watching, you know, a show on TV, and they see this commercial, and they go, maybe those symptoms is what's wrong with me, and we save that patient. I think that's a win, you know. But ultimately, you know, when we're capturing these people, we could be getting doctors, educating doctors. We could be finding patients. We're reaching this message out to congressional decision makers, to policy makers. Ultimately, we may very well be the people in the FDA who's approving these drugs, let alone approving them for kids, could be seeing this and getting that message through. So I think it's a wide net that really could funnel into a lot of different people.
Steve, with all the members that we have in the entertainment industry, what is the message that you would give them, and how do they actually support?
We're on a mission to help raise global pH awareness, and if you are a member of the entertainment business who has the opportunity for screens, pages, posters, things like that.
There is water as far as the eye could see, and bluer than the bluest slushy.
Good job.
I would love any opportunity for anyone to join the Pulmonary Hypertension Association's mission and learn about us at PHAware.org.